Spaces for Sound project.
Spaces for Sound.
Spaces for Sounds.
Spaces for Sound project. This is part of our Spaces for Sound project, where we are getting together with younger musicians, mentoring them, and we're recording in spaces that are unusual to be recorded in, and we want to show the fact that you can play music in any space and record it in any space, and generally just keep music alive.
We just got here today and we're recording a project between Rachel and Joe for the Forward for Wiz Trust, and I'm going to be in charge of recording all the audio. I think we've got a great opportunity to make some really good use of unusual spaces and just get the most out of that we can.
I'm recording a song that I've written with my guitar teacher Laura and my mentor with the Trust, Joe.
I got sent through demos and I would send back notes, and then we met up for rehearsal and we did it pretty quickly, and here we are recording in Godalming.
I've recently finished my PhD that looks at how musicians interact with various spaces they're performing in, and this is just a really good opportunity to work with more people and just explore what we can do with different spaces in a music performance context. And it's usually the kind of space we wouldn't record in, so it's just interesting to make the most out of that. The space becomes part of the performance, so what you're hearing, you're reacting to what's going on in the space, so it's almost like an extra instrument that's going on, and I just think being able to capture that's really something quite special. I am fascinated by churches, and St Martha's is one of the buildings that I've been able to visit quite a number of times, including my PhD research, and I'm really grateful for Margaret's help in making that possible. And it's just a spectacular building that I love being in and love visiting.
I think everyone who's been up here to perform or to record just feels something special about the space.
Today I've been lucky enough to record a song called Peg. It's something that me and a guy called James Armstrong, we've been working on it for a couple of weeks, and it's just something which he gives a new dynamic with his sound onto a song which I think has a lot of space, a lot of openness. So we've just been lucky enough to come to this amazing place and record.
Mikey had a clear idea of what he wanted added to his music, and he was able to show me what he was working on really confidently, and we just clicked straight away. It was a really easy process working together.
I've had to actually think about how the song is written, what I can add to it and what I have to hold back on, because I need to give him some space to do whatever he does.
You can throw away your blanket, that company. With every breath I shatter, but I can't save me.
The Aldershot Military Museum have been very kind to let us use one of their spaces here. They've got a very large barn, I believe it was rescued from somewhere. We're setting up full band, and we're going to press record and see what happens, really.
Today we are in Montgomery's barn recording a song with Jack Thieker. It's quite a politically charged song. It's going to be a fantastic experience.
I'm Jack Thieker, I'm frontman of Maybe Not Today. We're in the Aldershot Military Museum at the moment, which is why I'm beside the tank. I've always thought that the environment in which you record a song can completely change the atmosphere of the song and how it's played on the day.
And I think it just adds a bit of energy and vibe that you may not get in an environment where you set up and record for days and days and days. This is literally get in, make the noise that you make, and fingers crossed it sounds all right.
Ralph, Lawrence and Paul have helped us out to try and arrange the structure and everything, and it's coming together quite nicely.
Look at us now, on a collision course for division, where it's not us who make the decision.
I'm in a band called Parachute for Gordo, and we have been working with the Forward for Wiz Trust doing this Spaces for Sound project, and as such we've been working with the Untitled project to help them pick a song and get it ready for recording today.
We are Project Untitled. We've come to the Sportsall in Borden, a nice acoustic reverbed area to record in.
I've been the recording engineer today, setting up everything, making sure everything works technically.
It started off in my downstairs living room with just electronic stuff, really small. Fortunately, via Forward for Wiz, we got to go to a rehearsal space, we got to hear it properly amped up, turned up to 11.
Lewis and I have mainly just done rock before, so this is completely experimental for us. Someone just to come in and say, right, now that track is your most put together best track to do, let's go and do that one, is, yeah.
All I do is record in weird spaces, people's rehearsal rooms, giant halls like this. It is a challenge, but it's just a case of picking the right equipment depending on what you've been given, really. The mics I would normally use for the guitar, I couldn't because it'd pick up all that echo, so I had to pick something different, and it sounds alright.
It's a revolution, yeah. It's a revolution, yeah. It's a revolution. Yeah, and it's a revolution, yeah.
A lot of it is just what can we do with the money that we have, or the connections that we have, and that's what we've done here with the Trust, is who do the people involved know, where are spaces that we know of, and how can people there help us?
I've only stepped foot in 2 studios in the last 6 years in terms of recording, and you don't necessarily need all that, the masses of equipment that bigger studios do have. You just need a small interface guitar and can do anything, really.
Musicians need places to play. If they don't have places to play, how are they going to create their art? I guess the Forward for Wiz is a stepping stone between having guitar lessons here and playing in a pub, you know, and you have to be over 18 and obviously all that kind of thing.
The space and opportunity isn't available to everybody, so we're really fortunate to have the ability to do this here. But I think it just kind of highlights what can be done outside the confines of your typical venue, and if we'd done this in anywhere else, it wouldn't have sounded the same. It wouldn't have felt the same, and I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have had as much fun doing it either.
I was very excited. It's quite a step up from just learning to play other people's songs and playing in your room to kind of writing music and then actually having it so that you've recorded it and can share it. It's very exciting.
It would be nice to have our first gig. Now we've got a track to go and show promoters and stuff. And
You've got to get out there and stop sitting in front of your computer or your iPad and just go out there and make some noise, really.
It's the environment that shapes the recording of the song, and it's been such a success today.
At the end of the day, all the people that have been involved in the Spaces for Sound project are going to have a track that sounds good and that they can take with them out into the world, and they can show people, hey, this is what I do, this is my music, and that's what it's all about, really.
So I thought I knew